welcome, friends, to another Tuesday afternoon with us at Hire Military. This is our Hot Jobs Live, sharing all of our good information that we have obtained over the last week with you. Before we get going, before you say hi, we want to know today what you love. This is in celebration of Valentine's Day, about the place that you live. We decided that a lot of you here are either in transition, newly transitioned, looking to transition. And so we want to know what you really enjoy about where you're located right now to really share with everybody else and see see if there's anywhere that we may want to move. But what I will say, and I will caveat, is if anybody lives in North Carolina, please do not share anything negative, because I'm really selling this state to my husband post active duty for our transition. So I only want to hear good things, and I only want him to see good things. If this is your first time with us here, wow, we've got a show for you today. Lots of information to share. We run through all of our newest SkillBridge internship opportunities. We share our hottest jobs that we've taken this past week. And then at the very end, we open up the floor to give you the opportunity to ask any questions that you have at all. So if you do have any questions for us at the moment, please do put them in the chat so that we can store them, save them, and then come the end of this live today, we normally have about 5 or 10 minutes. We love to be able to spend some time with you answering your question. So Anthony is in Washington. It's beautiful, but he may want to move. That's not selling it. Oh, good, Alexander. North Carolina is amazing. That is what I needed to hear. Somebody here in the Midwest as well. Johnny, you're in Appleton, Wisconsin. Amazing. Good for you. And Craig, yeah, I agree. I like the winters in Arizona as well. This is our absolute favorite 30 minutes of the week. We get to share this time with you and give you as much support, encouragement, and advice as we possibly can. If you are not familiar, we are here for the whole of the military community. So whether you are a transitioning service member, a veteran, or a military spouse, our permanent vacancies are for you. If you are looking for the SkillBridge internship opportunities, we will talk through that program in a second, but that is only accessible and open to those who are on their last 180 days of active duty service. So unfortunately not open to vets, and our program isn't open to military spouses either. Hey, there's Carlos in New Jersey. Yep, Ryan, good cost of living. That's what I'm looking for in North Carolina. Thank you, you guys. You're like the North Carolina champions for me. As we go into today, really want to share with you the links that we have in this event. So you will see two, the beginner's guide to an effective LinkedIn profile. So take a look at that. And if you are looking to maximize your success on LinkedIn, Mike Quinn, our CEO, is holding a Mastering LinkedIn workshop that he does monthly. And this month is on Thursday. He does it via the USO transitions team, and we can share that link for you as well. But if you're looking for that, you can pop onto their website and take a look at that, sign up. I think it's at 1 p.m. rather, or 11 a.m. on Thursday morning Eastern time. Also, another great resource for you is a document that I've shared quite a few times already this morning, how to target your resume. If you are finding that you are submitting multiple applications and not really getting any bites back at the moment or any interviews, it's likely that it's your resume that's your obstacle to success there. So take a look at the document that we created, really to pull apart and for you to piece the jigsaw back together again about how to create a really competitive resume and one that makes you stand out from the crowd. Let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. So if you have been here before, you're familiar with all of our faces, but if we haven't met before, I'm Lucy. I head up the talent acquisition team here at Hire Military. I am from the UK originally, as you probably can tell, and we are currently stationed in the interior of Alaska. My husband is active duty Air Force, so we're at Eielson, if you are familiar with that installation just south of Wainwright. And what I really love about Alaska is, the winters most definitely keep the riffraff out. Only the hardest and strongest people can survive these winters. But, we have all these amazing winter sports, and I've taken up cross-country skiing this winter. And then in the summer, we have the most amazing hiking and camping and fishing. So definitely a place for the outdoorsy type amongst us. Kate, what about you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Kate Wood, one of the recruiters here at Hire Military. We currently live in Panama. My husband is still active duty, but he's on special assignment here at the U.S. Embassy. And I love living here in Panama. I was just telling everyone before we hopped on, we basically live in the middle of a jungle. We went on a hike the other day, literally 5 miles from our house, and saw 7 monkeys up in the tree. And some of our friends saw a sloth with a baby as well in the same park. So that's my favorite part about being stationed here in Panama. I'm really excited to share some direct hire opportunities later today, but I will pass it over to Matt Hart.
All right, thank you, Kate. So I'm Matt, one of the recruiters here. So I live out in East Tennessee, out in Johnson City. I don't have monkeys or sloths. We have lots of other critters, but won't get into that. But anyway, I think there's lots of great outdoor things to do here. One of the ones that a lot of people look for is Dollywood.
Oh my God.
Huge attraction. My wife's dying to go there. Once it gets warmer, we're definitely gonna be visiting. We just got here last summer, haven't been able to go up there yet, but that's something we're looking forward to. But yeah, it's a great area. Somebody mentioned cost of living, great cost of living, great VA care, great education system for veterans, kids, you name it. So it's a great place to be. But yeah, I'll share some direct hire opportunities here in a little bit, and I'll turn it over to Matt Collins.
Thank you, Matt. Matt Collins here. Recently relocated to beautiful Missoula, Montana. So for all you that watch Yellowstone, as I always say to the team, I live it every day. Kevin Costner, I often see him in the neighborhood here filming. That's a lie, obviously, but do live in a beautiful place. The Rocky Mountains right out back my back deck. It is brisk this time of year, but it's a beautiful place to be. So excited to be here today to share some amazing SkillBridge opportunities. Surprisingly enough, not a whole lot of them in Montana. We are short on people, but very excited to talk SkillBridge and all the opportunities we have. And back to you, Lucy Robinson.
We work with many corporate companies across the US, and one thing that they have in common is the value that they place on the veteran. But we do have some verticals, some industries missing. So if we do not talk about something that interests you today or is in your skill set or your career field, your wheelhouse, please do tell us. Let us know what you are looking for, because we are constantly in conversation with different organizations throughout the US, and we want to know who best to really work with so that we can support you as much as we possibly can. Also, like I said before, tell us your concerns, your challenges. If you have any questions at all, please do share them. I have seen a couple already. We've definitely captured those to address at the end of this. But we want to be able to support you as best as possible. If you haven't already, take a look at our website. It's hiremilitary.us. On there, you will see multiple buttons on the homepage, but the four that I want to pick out are the SkillBridge internship button. Press on that, you will see all of our current internships. The job search one, press on that, you will see all of our current jobs. And then you have two others, and those are joining the pipelines, either for SkillBridge or for permanent positions. And basically what those do is let you register your detail so that when new roles come up and we are looking through our candidate pool for candidates who may well be interested either in the location or the job that we have, we'll go through and we can contact you first of all. So we would love to hear from you in terms of making that registration and taking a look at those roles. As our recruiters will tell you, the positions that we have, but on both sides, internship and direct hire, they change on a daily basis. So two things with that. If you see a position that you're really interested in, jump on it and make an application to us almost immediately. Being sure to target your resume, because we work so quickly so that you might see it one day, but if you bookmark it to come back in 3 or 4 days' time, that position may already have been filled and we're on to the next one. But equally, it is a bucket that we are filling constantly. So you will be able to see when we put those roles up, and equally, we are putting new roles up all the time. So just, keep it bookmarked, because like I said, if we don't have anything for you right now, that may not be the case in a week or so's time. So without further ado, why don't we pop over to you, Matt Collins, and start talking about SkillBridge. Would you be able to share the actual mission of the program, first of all, so that everybody really truly understands who it's for and what it's about?
Absolutely, Lucy. Thank you. So SkillBridge, many people still unsure about the program. It's a DoD-wide program for anyone that is 6 months out from their transition. So if you're 6 months out from ETS and leaving the military, this program exists for you. But it's really important to start looking at it prior to that. And something I tell everyone now, especially recently as I talk to more candidates, is that it's really important to have that conversation with your first line leader and your command team about a backfill, especially for those of you coming from the HR program. So SkillBridge is there. If you're 6 months out from your ETS date, you're eligible to participate in SkillBridge. Of course, that's going to be minus your terminal leave. So it's going to be participation in SkillBridge for that last 6 months of your time in the military, minus whatever terminal leave that you've accrued. So it's really important to start identifying a backfill, because command teams, they want to support this, but they're still going to think about readiness, right, and force structure. So have that conversation early. So by the time you sit down with myself or Buff Agby to talk about SkillBridge opportunities with Hire Military, you know that you've been approved and you know that you're going to be able to roll into the program, and we can help facilitate that. So again, SkillBridge is there. It's for everyone. It's DoD wide, including the AGR program, active duty guard, active duty reserve. I was a product of. So it exists for you. You just got to have those conversations with your first line leaders ahead of time. So with that, I'm going to talk about some SkillBridge roles we have right now. First is with Texas Instruments. We have an opportunity right now for an equipment technician in Dallas, Texas, home of the recently departed Dallas Cowboys, once again with an early exit from the playoffs. Sad to see that. I really hate to see that. That's sarcasm. I love seeing the failure of the Dallas Cowboys, but we love seeing people succeed with this role. So this is with Texas Instruments. If you have a mechanical aptitude and you're looking to get into the chip industry, you have an electrical background, really just a baseline mechanical aptitude, and then the desire to learn, the energy, the work ethic, this role is for you. It's in Dallas, Texas. And again, this role comes with a really unique caveat that they'll provide you a $6,000 relocation fee. So on top of everything else you're going to get when you're moving, it really helps assist with that move. So if you're interested, again, drop us a comment. It's in Dallas, Texas, equipment technician, and with Texas Instruments. So they're a really big company. The other two roles I want to talk about today are human resource centric. So we're going to talk for those folks that have that HR background, HR certifications, HR generalists. There's some really exciting roles we have out there for you with SkillBridge. The first one is with the San Diego Water Authority. So an amazing location. They're looking for a human resource analyst. So this role would require planning, recruitment, selection, kind of think general HR activities, right? As well as managing and developing HR data. You'd be advising the San Diego Water Authority employees on HR policies, compensation packages. So if you've got that HR background, specifically, they're looking for a candidate with a degree in either business or HR, business administration, business management, as well as a PHR certification. So if you've got those HR certifications, it's going to really help. And again, that's a human resource analyst with the San Diego Water Authority. So if you're interested, as always, drop us a comment, reach out, and we'd love to set up a screening and talk about that role with you. The next role I want to talk about is a human resources manager. It's with Masonite. For those of you who've done hot jobs with us before, you know what a big fan that I am of Masonite. Jake and his team over at Masonite are incredibly veteran friendly, and they take a real active role in SkillBridge. So this role is for a human resources manager with Masonite. They're a custom door production company, and the role for this job is in Greenville, Texas, the location. So you would act again as an advisor to management on all matters related to HR. You'd be inputting HR data in their system, and you'd be driving, Masonite's HR policies, evolving them, refining them, and make sure employees understand, the HR policies of Masonite. So they're looking for a SkillBridge candidate with a degree in HR again, strong leadership skills. You're going to be advising employees and senior leaders on HR. So they need someone that's a great communicator, as well as someone capable of solving complex HR matters. And unique to this role in Greenville, Texas, they want to have someone that's bilingual. So if you're Spanish speaking, this role would really be one for, we'd advise you to check out. So again, human resource manager, Masonite, Greenville, Texas. If you're interested, drop us a comment. We'd love to speak to you more about this role. And as Lucy alluded to, with all of our roles, I just talked a fraction of these. Our website for SkillBridge is organic. It updates daily. So when you go in there, really look at the industry you want to be involved in post-military. What kind of industry is going to be interesting to you in the SkillBridge world? As Lucy says, remote is not an industry. So if you tell us you're looking for a remote job, we got to have a little bit more. So go onto our website. You can filter by industry. You can filter by location. That gives you kind of a jump start before you reach out to us, to talk about SkillBridge opportunities. So those are some great roles. Please reach out to myself, Buff Agby. We'd love to answer any SkillBridge questions. And with that, pass over to Kate, who's got some really exciting direct hire opportunities to talk about.
Sure. Thanks so much, Matt. I did want to address just a couple questions that were specific to SkillBridge before we move on. We had someone ask if it's possible to do SkillBridge in 2.5 months. And I think the answer to that, we always recommend, having at least 3 to 6 months. 3 months, I think, is the ideal time, just to make sure that you have the most ample time to interact with that company and make sure it's a fit for you as well as it is for them. But if you have more specific questions, definitely reach out to Matt Collins and Buff Agby, specifically on SkillBridge, because they are subject matter experts for sure. And then someone else asked, how do I go about going on an out-of-state internship? I'm currently located at Fort Hood. We do that often for our candidates as well. So again, reach out to our SkillBridge recruiters. They definitely assist you with that as well. But if you continue to have questions regarding SkillBridge, please drop those in the chat. Like Lucy mentioned, we'll address those at the end as well, or any other job search related questions that you might have. So I'm going to be sharing direct hire opportunities. These are vacancies that are currently open right now with our clients across the country. These are primarily for anyone that is open to starting immediately or within the next month or so. So that's who these direct hire opportunities are specifically for. The first one I am going to mention is a marketing and sales analyst position. This is on site in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We have a new client that is a global mining company. They're a producer of different lime and limestone bride products. And their products are essential to a multitude of industries, to include energy, environmental, construction, and manufacturing. So they have definitely weathered the recession and recent economic times well, and they are continually growing and acquiring new companies. So they're looking to bring on a marketing and sales analyst. This position will work closely with marketing, sales, finance, and IT to collect, organize, and interpret data, and then transform that into meaningful insights for their team. It's a really great opportunity for someone that has that data analyst, marketing analyst, sales analyst background. This is a hybrid role, so you'll be working 3 days in office on site there in Pittsburgh, and then you have the opportunity to work from home remotely the other days of the week. For this position, they need someone with at least 3 years of experience in marketing, analytics, data analysis, market research, and preferably they want someone that has data software program experience, Tableau and Power BI. So if that sounds like you, or if you'd love to find out some more information, you can just type marketing and sales analyst into the chat, and I'll be able to get the direct link to you following our broadcast today. The next role I have for you is an area buyer. This is with that same global mining company. This role will be on site in Cleveland or Toledo, Ohio. They'd love someone to sit at either one of their facilities there. In this role, you'll be responsible for procurement of goods and services for several of their clients' production facilities. And you'll have a chance to work on site with these facilities in playing a key role in inventory optimization. This is also in a hybrid work capacity. Here, you'll only have to work on site 2 days a week. And the other time, you'll be able to work remotely. And for this role, they're really looking for someone that has at least 1 year of relevant experience. So they mentioned to us that anyone that has previous buyer experience, or if you've worked in procurement or contract management, inventory optimization or purchasing, a lot of this sounds like different logistics or supply chain roles in the military as well. So if that sounds like something of interest to you, if you're interested in living in Cleveland or Toledo, Ohio, please reach out, or you can type area buyer in the chat. And I'd love to just talk to you more about both of these opportunities that we have as well. All right, off to Matt Hart for more direct hire roles.
All right, thank you, Kate. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to share 2 different jobs. The first one is a project administrator. This is in the Miami metro area. It's going to be in the construction industry. So as a project administrator, some of the things you're going to be responsible for, just various administrative duties, ensuring construction projects are efficient, effective. You're aligned with the needs of stakeholders. You have to be able to have that good communication between stakeholders as well as the project managers, other employees, things like that. What they're looking for is somebody with an associate's degree in accounting or finance, which is preferred. But if you have that relevant experience, it's a huge plus to, if you don't have the formal education. Strong communication skills, interact at all levels of the organization. What they really would like is experience in contributing or developing policies, procedures, and strategic plans. That sounds like a lot of people that have spent a little bit of time in the military. If you've been around for a while, those are some things you've probably done before. The big one, knowledge of accounting principles, federal, state, and local laws. Those are some of the things that they're looking for. So if any of those are of interest, you're looking in that mind, you can just type project administrator into the chat, or go to our military website, which on the jobs section feels the project administrator. It's like brand new. It's gonna be one of the first ones. So let's share manager into each area.
Hey, Matt,
This is
Matt, I'm going to stop you for a second. You're breaking up right now, so I'm going to take over and just keep on talking whilst your internet works out a little bit. Yeah, see, we've got a broken thumbs up. So the next role that Matt was going to share, and I'm going to endeavor to do it as well as he can, so bear with me and try and do it justice, is a commissioning manager based out of DC. So this is a multi-year turnkey construction management contract, brand new, received in today. This position will support multiple internal customers and external clients with a wide range of commissioning support. What they are really looking for here is 10 years of experience in construction commissioning with a minimum of 5 years in a managerial role as a commissioning manager or a senior commissioning engineer. They're looking for a mechanical engineering degree, licensed professional engineer, mechanical, ideally. I think actually that might be 100% necessary. And you must be a certified commissioning agent. Now, this role does require a security clearance. It is a GovCon role, and there is going to be 25% travel. And the salary for this one is around the 120 to 140 per annum mark. So a pretty good salary. So that, to cover off, was project administrator in the Miami metro area and commissioning manager in DC. And like we mentioned earlier, these roles are just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the ones that we have to share today. Do take a look. I did see a couple of people ask what the link was again. During these lives, LinkedIn does not like us posting URLs. So keep it at the forefront of your mind. Our website is hiremilitary.us. Very, very simple. Now, Kate, I know that you answered, or you positioned, and we answered a couple of questions earlier, but there have been a couple more that have come through during the live. So let's get to those. So I'm not sure who it was because it says LinkedIn user, my end, but somebody has said, I'm asking the question, is this program for personnel already out of the military? So the answer is all of the direct hire roles that we have shared are for the whole population. For military affiliated personnel, so transitioning service members, military spouses, dependents, and veterans. It's inclusive within the whole military population. There's only the SkillBridge internships that are accessible and can be utilized by those who are still on active duty and must be within the last 180 days of their active duty. Right, let's do this. Matt Collins, I'm going to come to you. Let's do some quick fires. So somebody asked, do we work with UK-based companies? What's your answer, sir?
No, we don't work out of state, out of country like that. So
no, we don't.
Especially not UK based. We have a lot of issues with anything coming out of the UK. So.
And you're talking to the Brit here and the former Brit here. So no, unfortunately not. Somebody else said they were currently stationed in the UK and they are looking for SkillBridge in the contracting career field. Any remote opportunities? We don't, unfortunately, right now. I would love to be able to say yes. But what I would suggest to you, on LinkedIn, search hashtag SkillBridge contracting or just hashtag SkillBridge, or go to the DoD website and take a look at all of the organizations that engage in the internship program, the SkillBridge internship program. Hopefully you should be able to find somebody there to help you if there's nobody networking here today that can be able to support that. I want to go back to the question that Kate positioned about the person who is currently located near Fort Hood. I did want to say, if you are currently stationed at Fort Hood, our biggest piece of advice from the SkillBridge recruiters would be make sure that your command is familiar with your request to perform a SkillBridge or to engage with the SkillBridge internship before you start looking. Make sure you get at least the verbal approval, and then start looking. We have seen historically a few more issues come out of that installation than perhaps others. So definitely ask those questions. So Josh asked, actually, and Matt Collins, positioning this to you, how likely are these SkillBridge positions to move over to permanent roles once the internship is completed? What do you say on that?
Great question. So we traditionally have about a 90+% placement rate. We position you into a SkillBridge internship with the intent that it's going to be a full-time opportunity.
Yeah.
We don't want to place you in a job just for the sake of giving you 3-4 months of an experience and moving on. The only time that there won't be a fit is traditionally if the service member just decides that's not the industry or location for them. But other than that, once we place you in a SkillBridge internship, we do so with a high probability of you landing a full-time employment opportunity with that company after.
Perfect. So Daniel said there's no financial analyst role on the site. So Daniel, I'm not sure if you meant the project administrator role that we just shared. If you did, take a look under project administrator. If it was you're looking for financial analyst, no, we don't have any at the moment, I'm afraid, but keep an eye out because that could and potentially may change in the near future. One more. And so Dawn just asked, I've been retired for 4 months now. Can I apply for any of these jobs or are they only SkillBridge on our website? So no, the SkillBridge ones were the ones that we mentioned earlier, the ones that both Matt Hart and Kate shared, and all of the others that are under search for jobs are roles for everybody. They are permanent positions. So hopefully that helps you guys. It's been wonderful today. We've had lots of questions, quite a few new positions. Really great to see you. Unfortunately, a couple of internet issues, but that's nothing compared to some of the tech problems we've had in the last couple of weeks. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Remember, Mike Quinn's Mastering LinkedIn workshop is on Thursday through USO Transitions, so you can take a look at their website to register, or we will drop the link in these comments straight after this. Next Tuesday, we will be back with this LinkedIn Live, and next Thursday will be our bi-weekly LinkedIn audio. If you have not come to that before, please do keep an eye out on our events and join us. It's always at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's audio, so you won't see our faces, but you will get to hear our voices. And Mike Quinn, our CEO, and I spend an hour with you, and it's our office hours. It's our time to literally stand there, call you up to the stage when you have questions, and have a legitimate and general conversation with you about your specific issue, your concern, or your challenge that you're going through at the moment. And it is an amazing opportunity for those of you who are just looking to get into transition or are having problems yourself to hear whatever everybody else is going to and to get some really great top tips and advice. And also it's a perfect networking forum as well. So really great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will be back next week, same time, 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Bye-bye.